Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Gotta give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. The Most High, the Heavenly Father. His Hebrew name is Yahweh. Not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahaya, not Allah. It's Yahweh. And his only begotten son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shah. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshaya, not Yehoshua. It's Yahweh Shah. So we got to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rekah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who are well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether accepted or not. And a sincere salutation to all the ark and pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hope from let. And shalom to the Outwalks who are listening, learning, the few sisters who are listening, learning. Messiah from GMS Orlando Camp coming at you with another lesson in truth, facts, faith, and edification, another daily edification, Lord willing to be edifying. So I titled this lesson, we have to work till the job is finished, till the building is done, right? Till the building of the house is finished. Now, I was at the plantation, and as the spirit have Elder Manat Zakbar posted a video of the brothers, one of the Benjamite brothers, right? And he was showing how one of these guys, one of the other brothers had fell out before the Passover, man. It's the spirit, man. Because I was meditating on this at the plantation. Like, man, Luke 14 and 28, man, like counting the cost, how we're talking about building, right? Because this is about building the Lord's house. So, and what made me thinking about this and think about this lesson, Ecclesiastes 7. Let me read it. Ecclesiastes 7 and 18, it reads, "It is good that thou shouldest take hold of this. Yea, also from this withdraw not thy hand," right? "For he that feareth power, Yahweh Shema Shah, shall come forth of them all," right? So you had the valley of dry bones, and you got, when it said, what did Jake say? We are cut off from our parts, right? When the valley of dry bones, it said, he that feareth power shall come forth of them all. Only ones that fear Yahweh Shema Shah is going to be standing in great boldness, teaching this truth and sound doctrine, right? So let me read up. Because it say take hold of this. What's the this? It's the wisdom. It's Ecclesiastes 7 and 11. It reads, "Wisdom is good with an inheritance, and by it there is profit to them that see the sun." When it say see the sun, it meaning you see the light, right? You see this truth. Everybody don't see the light, man. This light is only limited to a few, right? Wisdom is good with an inheritance, and by it is profit to them that see the sun, meaning the truth, right? For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense, but the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom gives life to them that have it. So when you jump down to verse 18, it say, "It is good that thou shouldest take hold of this," meaning wisdom. "Yeah, also from this withdraw not thine hand." Because the moment you do, you bugged out, you back in the world. Matthew 12, was that 12 starting at 47? You got 7 other spirits on you, right? It say, "It is good that thou shouldest take hold of this. Yeah, also from this withdraw not thy hand." And I've been reading this a lot. So I was meditating this last night at the plantation, and I thought about all the other precepts that go with this verse. It say, "Also from this withdraw not thy hand," meaning the plow, "for he that feareth power shall come forth of them all," meaning out of the whole body of Israel, like in valley of dry bones, the Lord gave the breath and the spirit, right? You got a lot of Jakes that know they're Israelites, right? You got a lot of camps that teach you Israelites keep the commandments, but they ain't going into the details of how you may get mercy through the Lord, like what you got to do, right? Which is faith and works. It say, Wisdom strengthened the wise more than 10 mighty men which are in the city. So I want to deal with when they say, it is good that thou shouldest take hold of this, yet also from this withdraw not thine hand, right? So let me start here. This is First Corinthians 1 and 26. And I had my scriptures already put together, because I put scripture together every night at the plantation, right? Then I saw the elder posted that video of the brother, man. 2 days before Passover, this guy, he talking about going to pursue music, man. And the brother said he's still smoking bud, man. First Corinthians 1 and 26. For ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called. So the Lord gave you this calling. I think it's another verse in Ephesians or Colossians, maybe Philippians, talk about the high calling. The Lord gave you this high calling, man, right? Because there's nothing else better than the Lord putting the Spirit on you to teach this sound doctrine, man. There's nothing on the planet better than this, man. So this is a high calling, man, because the Lord called you, as it said in Ecclesiastes, it said, ye shall come forth of them all, right? When you read Isaiah 48, the Lord said he shall raise them up together, man. Let me get that. It's Isaiah 48. I think it's verse 12. It's verse 13, right? In verse 10, it talks about how the Lord going to put his elect through this furnace of affliction, right? Verse 13 say, my hand also have laid the foundation of the earth, and my right hand have spanned the heavens. When I call unto them, they stand up together. Who? The hopeful elect. Now you can go to Isaiah 44 to back that up. Isaiah 44, let's read one. It reads, yet not hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. Thus hath the Lord Yahweh that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou Jeshurun, whom I have chosen. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thy offspring, and they, you see, and they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the watercourses. So, Isaiah 40 and 13 say, I will call unto them, and it say, and they shall stand up together. Who? It's the hopeful elect that stand together, right? So the Lord gave you that calling. When you see your calling, brethren, right? Not many wise, not many noble, right? Because the Lord deals with the lowly. Nah, this is Luke. Let's get this. Luke 14 and 28 reads, for which of you intending to build a tower, sit not down first and count the cost, whether he has sufficient to finish it, right? All these architects, people that build, they open up businesses, right? You got to have the money, lay the foundation, which the foundation is Yahweh Shai, right? Then you got the building. That's why I tell you in John 4 and 38, right? They say about being bestowed no labors, right? Other men labored and you are entered into their labors. So the foundation was laid, right? The blocks was starting to be, the blocks was laid, which are the apostles and elders of old, right? So anybody that build anything, I don't care if it's a shack, right? A house, whatever it is, man, a skyscraper, you got to know you got enough money to hire the laborers to build. You got to pay for all the concrete, whatever wood, right? Nails, whatever it costs. This new tech, you got nail guns, whatever. Ain't no more just using hammers, right? And nails, it's all this high tech. You got to know you got enough money to build whatever you are building, right? Once you building a house, you got to know you got money. You got to get shingles, right? You got to have the right person. You got when you doing construction, everything had to get popped off with screen. Everything, the foundation, the concrete, everything had to be perfect, man, right? So it's a Luke 14 and 28. For which of you intending to build a tower, sit not down first and count the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it. Least happily after he have laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish. The Lord said we should be building his house. If the Lord gave you that high calling, right? You see your calling, because nobody know who's chosen. Because if the elect knew today who was chosen, they probably wouldn't do the work, man. Right? That's why Yahweh told this the apostles in Acts 1, when they said, Lord, are you about to restore the kingdom of heaven to Israel? He told them it's not for you to know at this time. Because if they knew that, they probably want to do the work, man. And if they knew that they had to come back in reincarnation and come way on this side of the earth, which he told them, you got to prophesy in Jerusalem, in Judea, right? And to the utmost part of the world. Hey, if he had they probably would have felt the truth, man. So he told them it's not for you to know this at this time. Basically, just do the work, man. Just do the work. So saying this man began to build and was not able to finish. This is the house of the Lord that's being built, man. Shalom to the Akim. I walk on the comment board. Shalom. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakak Wadash, Rakatham. Now, this is 1 Corinthians. Now, I want to read this again. Ecclesiastes 7 and 18. Because I put precept together based off this precept. It is good that thou shouldest take hold of this, meaning the wisdom, right? This word, this truth. Yeah, also from this withdraw not thine hand, for he that feareth power, Yahweh Shema shall come forth of them all, right? So when you go to 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and 20, this work, man, we have to work till the job is finished, man, till the house is built. And listen, you're gonna know when it's time, man. Like I tell you in Revelation 17, the Lord said he put the spirit in these devils to give their kingdom to the beast until the words of the Lord be fulfilled. What's the words of the Lord being fulfilled? The elect being sealed, man. Until then, until further notice, we got to build, man. We got to work. We got to work till the job is finished, man. 1 Corinthians 7 and 20, let every man abide in the same calling wherein he was called. That's why I read 1 Corinthians 1 and 26. For you see your calling, brethren, not many wise, not many noble, not many mighty are called, man. The Lord ain't dealing with the mighty and the wise. He ain't dealing with that, man. That's why these niggas can't get these vocab Malones, these heathens, 2/3 of Jake. It say 1 Corinthians 7:20. Let every man abide in the same calling wherein he was called. Art thou called being a servant? Care not for it. For what? For the work, for the flock, man, for the ministry, for the edifying of the body, man. Let every man abide in the same calling wherein he was called. Art thou called being a servant? Care not for it. If you're going to serve, you got to serve, man. Humbly. There is no king that has servants and his servants got proud. Oh, they got put to death, man. Period. Ain't no in between. You got put to death. Right? A servant that's serving a master, a king, is humble, man. And we have to be humble, man. Art thou called being a servant? Care not for it. For what? For serving. If you're going to serve, serve, man. But if thou mayest be made free, use it rather. What? Your wisdom to be a servant, to add to the body, man. Not to take away, man. For he that is called in the Lord, being a servant, is the Lord's freeman. Likewise, also, he that is called being free is Hamashiach's servant, man. Ye are bought with the price. Be not ye the servants of men. Brethren, let every man wherein he is called therein abide with power, Yahweh Shema Shah. And it's a scripture that tell you, let's get this. This is 1 Corinthians 8 and 3. But if any man love power, Yahweh Shema Shah, the same is known of him, man. But if any man love power, Yahweh Shema Shah, the same is known of him, man. Right? The Lord know you. It's another in Galatians that say the same thing, man. The Lord know you, man. If you love the Lord, you know what you're supposed to be doing, man. This is the apostles was saying this at their pre-Passover video. Like, man, brothers labor. Hey, we looking for a reward, man. We doing it because it's our duty to do. Like I tell you in Luke 17 and 10. But the Lord said, hey, you have need, man. Right? Let's get this. This is Ecclesiastes 51 and 30. It reads, work your work betimes, right? Which is early. And in his time, he will give ye your reward, man. He will give you your reward. Work your work betimes, and in his time, he will give you your reward, man. But just know you a humble servant, man. Now, let me get this. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 6. Let's start at 18. Listen to this. My son, gather instruction from thy youth up, so shalt thou find wisdom to thy old age. Verse 19 is what I want to read. Come unto her as one that ploweth and soweth, and wait for her good fruits, for thou shalt not toil much in laboring about her. Let's go to the word toil. It said, thou shalt not toil much, right? So this word toil, I was into this last night at the plantation, man. You know how brothers get things together. Listen. Toil. The word toil, right? It say labor, work one's fingers to the bone, work like a Trojan, work day and night, keep at it, grind away, peg away. It say plug away, put one's back into something, right? Sweet blood, knock oneself out. It got that was the point. Now right here at the top it say work extremely hard or incessantly So I say, well, let me look up what incessantly mean, right? Let's go back. So I looked at the word incessantly last night because I never knew what the word mean, right? Incessantly, it say without interruption, constantly, right? It got similar words, constantly, continually, all the time, non-stop. Now, some demon Edomite came to the camp, was it last week, before we started the camera, and he said, y'all got a lot of free time. He just came up, saw the signs, saw the pictures on the ground, and said, all he said was, y'all got a lot of free time, right? It say constantly, let's play the word again, incessantly, without interruption, constantly, continually, all the time, non-stop, round the clock, ceaselessly. Hold on, Salakia. Ceaselessly, right? Say endlessly, perpetual, right? This is what we do. This is the work for Yahweh Shema Shah, man, right? So let's read this again. And it say you should not toil much, meaning it ain't gonna be working your fingers to the bone. Because this, what you gotta understand is this is like work. It of course it take a lot of studying. We supposed to be sponges, absorbing this truth, man. That's what the mind is. The brain is a sponge, man. And that's why, hey, Kala Yahweh Shema Shah, when I came in this truth, I pray to Yahweh Shema Mashah that everything that I thought I knew, everything that I knew in the world, I don't care what it was, I asked the Lord to remove it. Everything that I thought I knew, that I wanted to know of the world, I asked the Lord to remove it and to fill my mind with this history, with these precepts, with the knowledge. As Pastor House said, you got no maps, you got no history. I asked the Lord to remove everything that I thought I knew, man, and fill me with this holy wisdom, man. Everything else is nothing here, man. If you ain't dealing with this, hey, even if you had one of your top Edomites said it, man. He said a thorough knowledge of the Bible is better than a college education, man. Okay? Roosevelt, Teddy Roosevelt said that, man. Theodore Roosevelt, how you pronounce his name? Ecclesiastes 6 and 19. Come unto her one that ploweth and soweth, and wait for her good fruits, for thou shalt not toil much in laboring about her. It ain't gonna be hard. Yahweh Shah said in Matthew 11, take my yoke upon you, right? For my burden is easy and my yoke is light. It say, for thou shalt not toil much in laboring about her. Now we know toil mean endlessly, perpetual, right? Working your fingers to the bone. Well, this say, you ain't gotta do that. So Jake think cause they gotta read, you gotta study, you gotta link precepts with precepts. You think you gotta do history, learn the maps. You think that's hard laboring, man? That's not hard laboring, man. If you're working on some construction site in the heat or in some warehouse busting your ass, you can't compare the scriptures to, man, the word this hard laboring. This is not hard laboring, man. That's why I come down to Jake get tired of waiting on the Lord, man. They get tired of waiting, man. And what you gonna go back to? What is in the world, man? What you want to go back to partying, smoking weed? That's what it is. Jake want to go back to smoking weed, selling dope, being wicked, going back to committing adultery. That's what really the problem with these men, man. They tired of waiting. They want to go back into the world and do what they was doing, man. Because it's nothing else better than this, man. How much brothers love going through this, man, dealing with this, learning. This is your history. This is your heritage. These are your customs. You want to go back to what? What you want to go back to? Everything finna be destroyed, man. It don't matter how long it's going to take. We know it's going to be destroyed, man. So it say, come unto her as one that ploweth and soweth, and wait for her good fruits, for thou shalt not toil much in laboring about her, but thou shalt eat of her fruits right soon, man. And when you grow in this thing, when you growing, it tell you in 1 Peter 2 and 2, right? Desire the sincere milk that you may grow thereby. When you growing, man, it gets better. Of course, it tell you, like I tell you in the scriptures, when knowledge increase, right? More sorrow. But you understand this is how it's supposed to be because we sin against the Lord, man. This is us taking which is really not an L, man. This is the Lord giving us understanding. We are learning why. We are learning what we got to do to get back. We are learning, we have learned why we fail. So this is not a burden, man. Jake looking at this like, oh, I got to go out. No, man. You're supposed to love doing it, like I tell you in Revelations 2, man. Verse 4 and 5. So this is, hey, you should not toil much in laborings. It's not hard, man. Yahweh Shah said it. Matter of fact, let's read that. This is Matthew 11:28. It reads, come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. And now you know the truth. Okay, it's full of lamentation, mournings, and woes, but you understand, man. You know why. Jake still think we Africans, and we was born in Africa. We came from Africa. But you understand how we got here and what we got to do to get out of here, man. It say, come unto me, all you that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. This is not hard work, man. Jake, you spending more time destroying your brain reading those other books, man. Jake bugged out reading all these other books. This is John chapter 9 and 4. And it's just Jake get tired of waiting. That's why they go back into the world, man. These niggas get tired of waiting, man. What else you gonna wait for? It say, hey, no matter what you do, in the truth, out the truth, you still gotta work. You still gotta provide. At least you're gonna be on the street homeless. You still gotta work. You still gotta eat, right? You still gotta do the same things you was doing when you was in the truth, outside of the truth. What's the difference? Oh, Jake get upset. Oh, I can't be a rapper in the truth. No, do it on your own personal time. No, I'm trying to. I want to be seen and heard. Okay, well, you can't do that over here, man. This is John 9 and 4. I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work. This is Yahweh speaking. If our Lord and Savior, our big brother, telling us that he got to work the works, I must work the works of him that sent me, which is Yahweh, while this day, the night cometh when no man can work. If our big brother, Lord and Savior, got to work in his time, what we supposed to be doing, man? Yeah, con, con. That's the door, man. Hey, and it was that in John 10. And if you ain't coming in this door, man, there is no other door, man. There is no other door, man. This is Luke 9 and 62. It reads, and Yahweh said unto him, let's read this. This is Luke 9 and 60. Yahweh said unto him, let the dead bury the dead. Matter of fact, let's read up. Luke 9 and 59. And he said unto another, follow me. But he said, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father. Yahweh said unto him, let the dead bury the dead, but go thou and preach the kingdom of power. You're right, and we'll let the dead bury the dead. Hey, what does it say in Proverbs 21 and 16? He that wandereth by the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead, man. So the Lord was saying, hey, he back in the spiritual realm, man. Right? Ain't nothing in that body. That body, hey, it's done, man. Yahweh said unto him, let the dead bury the dead, but go thou and preach the kingdom of power. And another also said, Lord, I will follow thee, but let me first go bid them farewell, which are at home at my house. Yahweh said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of power, Yahweh Shema Shah. Ain't no time to go back, man. If you was somewhere, you see what he did to Peter, no man. He told Peter, hey, come with me. I'm gonna make you fishers of men. Right? Hey, ain't no Lord, can I go? You see what he said, Lord, can I go farewell my family? No. No. The Lord was cold, man. So as I was reading in Ecclesiasticus, let's read this again. By putting your hand on this plow, man. Ecclesiastes 6 and 19. Come unto her as one that ploweth and soweth, and wait for her good fruits. Brothers, wisdom and knowledge. It said the knowledge shall be increased, man. Right? Quick understanding. Come unto her as one that ploweth and soweth, and wait for her good fruits. For thou shalt not toil much in laboring about her, but thou shalt eat of her fruits right soon. The apostles always go into stories how they had to walk to the libraries, or however they got there. Drove, walked, right? Apostle could always go into how he had to walk a couple hours to the school, man. They had to go into the libraries and sit down and go through these books and look at this and look at that. We don't got to do that now, man. We got the unicorn, man. So you don't got to toil much in laborings. Hey, about with this, man. Hey, and to tell you that the in Job 39, it tell that the unicorn gonna do the heavy lifting, man. So let's get this. This is Luke 12. Amen. Pray to Yahweh Shema Shada to keep you humble, man. Because you can wake up and be bugged out back in the world, smoking weed, thinking you finna go make it rapping, man. Or whatever you trying to do. Whatever it is, man. Luke 12 and 35, it reads, let your loins be girded about and your lights burning. Your lights burning. You got to keep, you ever saw a candle that burnt down to the end? You got to keep your lights burning, man. And ye yourselves like unto men that wait for their Lord when he will return from the wedding, that when he cometh and knocketh, they may open unto him. They may open unto him immediately. Blessed are those servants whom the Lord, when he cometh, shall find watching. And that's why he got on Peter and them, man. When he came back from praying and they was asleep, man. You supposed to be watching. You know they coming for me. Right? We supposed to be watching, man. That's the whole point of the watchman. What is that? Isaiah 62, right? Isaiah 62, 6 and 7, man. He said, watching upon the walls that shall never hold their peace, man. Day nor night, ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silent, man. How you want to go back and do what did you finna do, man? The enemy is coming. I just gotta sit on lean on me. The enemy is coming, man. Blessed are those servants. Luke 12 and 37. Blessed are those servants whom the Lord, when he cometh, shall find watching. Verily I say unto you, that he shall gird himself and make them to sit down to meat, and will come forth and serve them. That's cold, man. It's just Yahweh speaking, man. And if he shall come in the second watch, or come in the third watch, and find them so, blessed are those servants, man. So it's like the Lord, like he's saying, like, if I come and peep in on them, what they doing? He come peep in on you, and you still on your watch. He come back and peep in on you 30 minutes, an hour later. The next day, you still on your watch, like, okay. He said, let's read again. And if he shall come in the second watch, or in the third watch, and find them so, blessed are those servants, man. No matter what time of the day it is, no matter what time of the night it is, man. If you don't gotta work, your ass should be doing lessons, man. If you ain't doing nothing, if you don't gotta work, cause we all gotta go to the plantation. By the sweat of our brow shall we eat bread. If you don't have to work, you should be doing lessons, man. It say, and if he shall come in the second watch or in the third watch and find them so, blessed are those servants. You got managers at certain jobs, whatever they like to come by and see and peek what you doing, man. You might be working a late night shift, right? You might try to go find you a corner to go sleep in for a couple seconds. Listen, man, if he come and peep in and see you working, you on your job, and he come back and check another 30 minutes, another hour later, and you still on your job, man. That's what it's saying, man. Stay on your watch, man. It say, verse 39, and this know that if the good man of the house have known what hour the thief would come, he would have watched and have not suffered his house to be broken through. But ye therefore ready also, for the Son of Man cometh at an hour when ye think not, man. But you don't go back into the world and do what, man? So now you waiting to get put to death, man. Then Peter said unto him, Lord, speakest thou this parable unto us, or even to all? And he said, who then is that faithful and wise steward, whom his Lord shall make ruler over his household, to give them their portion of meat in due season? Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. You see, it say, but, and if that servant say in his heart, my Lord, delay of his coming. And that's when Jake be like, man, ain't nothing going on, man. I've been following this. I've been doing this. Ain't nothing going on. The Lord ain't. We had a Jake come out of camp a couple years ago. This nigga said he believed everything that the Hebrew Israelites teach, but he said the Lord ain't come back for another 1,000 years, man. We'll be dead, man. It wouldn't be nobody left on the earth but Idumeans in 1,000 years, man. The top, the top people, what they call them, the top echelon, how you pronounce it, the madness. It won't be nobody left here, man. Another 1,000 years. It say, but if and it say, but and if that servant say in his heart, my Lord delay of his coming, and shall begin to beat the men servants and maid servants, and to eat and drink, and to be drunken. The Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and at an hour when he is not aware, and will cut him in sunder, and will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers. And Jake right here playing games, man. This is, and the foundation was already laid, man. The foundation was laid, and when you walked up and saw the building, it already had blocks. Like you already had men that start to lay the blocks with the mortar, right? Just get this real quick to make the point I'm making. This is John 4 and 38. The foundation was already laid, man, which is Yahweh Shah. Then you had the four walls was already laid, right? You just had to add to the bricks, add the mortar and the bricks to finish building this house, man. John 4 and 38. I sent you to reap that whereon you bestowed no labor. Other men labor, and you are entered into their labors. And that's like you walking up to a foundation and the house laid, right? You know how they do when they do construction, you got all the dirt, they done leveled it off, the foundation being pulled, right? But you got a wall, you got the wall all the way around, right? You got the tape measure laying here on the ground. You got the trowel. You got the concrete ready to be made. The bricks all stacked up, and you just got to finish building this house, man. But the foundation was laid, and it's probably like 3 feet of wall, 3, 4 feet of wall all the way around, all four walls already laid with all brick, right? All you doing, you and the other men coming, picking up the trowels, getting the tape measures, right? Popping the tape, lining it off, right? Setting up the lines so everything will be level, right? You're getting the leveler, right? So you got men with the trials and the concrete. You got brother mixing up more mix in the mixer for the right? For the concrete, right? And you adding to the label, man, right? But the foundation was already laid, man. All you got to do is finish building the house, man. It was already laid. It ain't like we had to pull up and then like we had to start building on top of the foundation. No, the wall was already there, man, from the last laborers, right? This is First Corinthians 3 and 9. It reads, "For we are laborers together with power. Ye are God's husbandry. Ye are God's building, according to the grace of God, which is given unto me as a wise master builder." These devils, that's why I did the lesson. The devil is building his army, man. Well, you how about Shemama Shah doing the same, man? Right? They call themselves Freemasons, right? Master builders, right? Freemasons. Well, the whole flelect, man, on the right-hand side, it said what? As a wise master builder, man. I have laid the foundation, and another buildeth their own. But let every man take heed how he buildeth thereupon. For other foundation can no man lay than that is laid, which is Yahweh Shah Mashiach. You see, the building, the foundation already laid, man. The walls, you already, when you walked up, you saw it was already found. The walls are being built, man. You just got to grab the trowels, right? Get the mix. Hey, start making some more cement, mixing it up, and continue building, man, until the job is finished, man. This is Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 19. I just want to hit these points, man, because it's crazy how you see. And Lord willing, hey, Lord willing, man, He keep this spirit on us to stay in doing, man. because Jake is bugging out and losing, man. They losing. Ephesians 2 and 19, it reads, now therefore ye are no more strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints. And this is talking about number of the saints, and of the household of power, and are built upon the foundation of the apostles and prophets, right? These ancient men, Yahweh Shah Mashiach himself being the chief cornerstone, which the brother put up on the comment board, right? I love to read that precept. It say, in whom all the building fitly framed together groweth unto an holy temple in the Lord, in whom ye also are builded together for an habitation of power through the Spirit, man. So it's a holy temple that's being built. In 1 Peter 2 and 5. Ye also, as lively stones, are built up a spiritual house and holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to power by Yahweh Shah Mashiach, man. It's a building being built, man. It's a house, man. And there are no more breaches, right? Ain't no holes in the wall, right? And the breaches have been closed, man. That's why the hopeful elect won't be deceived by plantation Christianity, man. This is Haggai 1 and 2. Thus speaketh the Lord Yahweh of hosts, saying, this people say, the time is not come that the Lord's house should be built. But when is the time, man? When is the time for the Lord's house to be built, man? It say, then came the word of the Lord Yahweh by Haggai the prophet, saying, is it time for you, O ye, to dwell in your sealed houses, and this house lie waste? Now therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, consider your ways. Ye have sown much and bring in little. You eat, but you have not enough. You drink, but you are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put into a bag with holes. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, consider your ways. Go up to the mountain and bring wood and build the house, and I will take pleasure in it. The Lord say he ain't taking pleasure in nothing else that we doing, man. If we ain't building the Lord's house, he's not taking pleasure in it, man. Go up to the mountain, Haggai 1 and 8, and bring wood and build a house, and I will take pleasure in it. In what? In the building of the Lord's temple, man. The tabernacle of David that was fallen. And I will be glorified, saith the Lord Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua. Verse 9, ye look for much, and lo, it came too little. And when ye brought it home, I did blow upon it. Why, saith the Lord Yahweh? The Lord said, when you brought it home, he blew on it. What is it talking about? It's talking about everything that you do outside of this house, man. Everything that you do outside of building the tabernacle of David, man. It ain't gonna last. It's not gonna. You thinking you got a little something, you're gonna prosper. It's gonna be gone quick as you get it, man. It's not gonna last. Why? Because the Lord say he blew on it. Let's read again. Ye look for much, and lo, it came too little. And when you brought it home, I did blow upon it. Why? Question mark. Saith the Lord of hosts. Saying what? Why did I blow upon it? The Lord is saying, because of my house that is waste, and ye run every man unto his own house. You want about getting it bad. You want about providing for yourself. And the elder Ariella was just going into this, man. I watching the video last night, right? About charity, man. Jake won about their self, man. This is a body, man. This is a body, man. It ain't just you no more, man. You got to put your feeling to the side. This not about you anymore, man. Therefore, the heaven over you is stayed from dew, right? And the Lord saying in Deuteronomy 32, they will rain down his doctrine shall distill as the dew. So the Lord said, therefore, the heaven over you is stayed from dew. you ain't getting what you're supposed to get, man. We are barely making it here, man. Like it says, Psalm 124 and 1, Psalm 124, 1 and 2, if it had not been for the Lord, man, we would have been destroyed. And the reason he's doing that, for the elect's sake, man. First and foremost, for his holy name, but for the elect's sake, man. Because if it had not been for the Lord, we would have been destroyed, man. But the Lord said he's going to save a remnant that's going to stand in great boldness, that's going to build his house. That love building the Lord's house, man. First and foremost, before anything, man. It say, Haggai 1 and 9 again, ye look for much, and lo, it came too little. And when you brought it home, I did blow upon it. Why, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts? Because of my house that is waste, and you run every man unto his own house. Therefore, the heaven over you is stayed from dew, and the earth is stayed from her fruits. You see? And I call for a drought upon the land, and upon the mountains, and upon the corn, and upon the new wine, and upon the oil, and upon that which the ground bringeth forth, and upon men, and upon cattle, and upon all the labor of thine of the hands. We ain't gonna prosper here, man. It tell you in Psalm 68:19, the Lord they load of his benefits, right? If it had not been for the Lord, you ain't gonna make it, man. And that's why we always say, man, 2/3 of Jake think they prospering. That's the Lord. It's gonna be for your destruction. The hopeful elect, what you've been getting, that's the Lord, man. That's the Lord, man. You ain't gonna make it without the Lord, man. Period. Um, this is what Elisha told this guy, right? This is 2 Kings 2. And this is 2 Kings 2, and this is what Elisha told this guy. What's this guy name? What his name is? Man. Um, Gehazi. Gehazi, right? Just read this. Let me find it real quick. When he said, "Is it time?" He said, bear with me for a second. Let me put it up. I know it's 2 Kings. 2 Kings chapter 2, I think it is. Let's see. When they told him, is it time to get is it time to get sheep and oxen and maid servants and men servants? Let me put it up. Bear with me, Salakia. Okay, 2 Kings 5. I don't know why I thought it was in 2. So it's 2 Kings 5 and verse 26, right? The 2 Kings 5 and 25. But he went in and stood before his master. And this when Gehazi went to go and because after Elisha healed this guy from his leprosy, right? Told him to go to the river Jordan and dip himself 7 times, right? So the guy was trying to give Elisha, he say 2 garments, I think some talents of gold and silver, right? So it say in Naaman, verse 23, and Naaman said, "Be content, take two talents." Or what it is, I guess he was the servant of the king. Yeah, I think it was. It said, and Naaman said, "Be content, take 2 talents," and he urged him and bound 2 talents of silver in 2 bags with 2 changes of garments, and laid them upon 2 of his servants, and they bare them before him. So when this guy Naaman tried to give Elisha these things, he told him, "No, it wasn't me that healed you, it was the Lord." Right? Yeah, it's a humble spirit, man. It was the Lord. But some nigga today would have took the bag. They would have, let me get that. I need, and this nigga went back to go get it, man. Right? So as Elisha, whatever he was doing, right? So it said verse 24. Hey, this guy here, man. It say verse 24. And when he came to the tower, he took them from their hand and bestowed them in the house, and he let the men go, and they departed. But when he went in and stood before his master, which was Elisha, and Elisha said unto him, "Whence comest thou, Gehazi?" And he said, "Thy servant went no whither." This nigga lied just that quick, just like that, man. And he said unto him, "Went not my heart with you?" Like, nigga, you ain't know the Lord had a spirit on me to know what you was doing when you went and told this guy to give you them garments and that gold, right? Like, he was there, like the angel was right there, man. Hey, and that's what Jake gonna realize when you dealing with real men of the Lord, man. You're gonna realize that these was the men, like it said in Proverbs, like it says in Ezekiel 33, man. You're gonna realize in that day that these is real men of the Lord, man. The Lord was dealing with them the whole time. It say, and he said unto him, "Went not my heart with thee when the man turned again from his chariot to meet thee? Is it a time to receive money and to receive garments and olive yards and vineyards and sheep and oxen and men servants and maiden servants? It's not time for none of this, man." Right? This is Luke 17 and 10. It reads, "So likewise ye, when you should have done all those things which I commanded you, as Yahweh shall say in was that Luke 16, Luke 14 and 16 down to 23, go out to the highways and hedges, to the streets and lanes, and bid them to marriage." It say, "So likewise ye, when you shall have done all those things which are commanded you, say, we are unprofitable servants. We have done that which was our duty to do," man. This is, man, this is Ecclesiastes 38, right? This guy came up and said last Saturday, this Job 9:24 came up and said, "Y'all got a lot of free time. Like, you have no idea." And that's what we was like looking at this guy like, you have no idea, man. This is Ecclesiastes 38 and 24 reads, because he said, "Y'all got a lot of free time," when he walked up. "The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure, and he that have little business shall become wise." The Lord made it so, man. The Lord made it what we, as it look like to you, we got a lot of free time. No, we don't got a lot of free time. It's our leisure time, man. The wisdom of a learned man cometh by the opportunity of leisure, and he that have little business shall become wise. Now, every verse after this is talking about them of the world that's building, that's trying to make it. Let's read Ecclesiastes 38 and 25. It say, "How can he getteth wisdom that holdeth the plow, and that glorieth in the gold, which is working, that driveth oxen, and is occupied in their labors," right? Meaning working, trying to be part of the world, which we got to work. Like I said, the Lord said, "By the sweat of our brow shall we eat bread," right? But this is them that's dedicated, the dedication, they everything, they whole, everything they got is about making it here, man. It's saying that drive oxen and is occupied in their labors, whose talk is of bullocks, right? Because you got men that's called cattlemen, right? They bout cattle, right? You got men that's concrete workers, they bout concrete. Listen, it explains it. It say he giveth his mind to make furrows and is diligent to give the kind fodder, which is working in the fields, right? So every carpenter and workmaster that laboreth night and day, and they that cut and grave seals, and are diligent to make great variety, great variety, and give themselves to counterfeit imagery, right? Like making different statues, whatever, and watch to finish a work. And this on the left hand side. The smith also sitteth by the anvil, and considereth the iron work, the vapor of the fire, wasteth his flesh, and he fighteth with the heat of the furnace. All day these anvil, the guy that make weapons, right? Knives, swords, right? The noise of the hammer and the anvil is ever in his ears, and his eyes look still upon the pattern of the thing that he maketh. He setteth his mind to finish his work, and watcheth to polish it perfectly. So doeth the potter, sitting at his work, and turneth the wheel about with his feet, who is always careful set at his work, and maketh all his work by number. He fashioned the clay with his arm, and bowed down in his strength before his feet. He applied himself to lead it over, and he is diligent to make clean the furnace. All these trust in their hands, and everyone is wise in his work. You got the electricians, the plumbers, the carpenters, right? All the guys that maintain the world, as the scripture going to say. It say, let's read again, Ecclesiastes 38 and 31. All these trust to their hands, and everyone is wise in his work. Without these cannot a city be inhabited, and they shall not dwell where they will, nor go up and down. So you got them that make the plates, silverware, right? The cup, glasses, right? That bring the food, right? That make the food, that produce the food, right? That's delivering the food. All these is maintaining the world, right? The places that the food is in, like the buildings, the contractors, right? The electricians, all this, man. These are the ones in the world that the Lord is not dealing with. Listen, without these cannot a city be inhabited, and they shall not dwell where they will, nor go up and down. Hey, they always got to change places. The landscapers, different places to work. The carpenters, the construction workers, right? The masons, they always changing different places, right? It say they shall not be sought for in public council. They shall not be sought for in public council. No, that's for the 144,000 in the kingdom. These type of men right here, the Lord ain't looking for these type of men that they mind. Now you got brothers that do all this work, but I'm talking about the ones that this is where their heart is at. I can tell you in Matthew 6. It say, these shall not be sought for in public council, nor nor sit high in the congregation. The Lord said, Matthew 19:27, when Peter asked him, what shall he get? Right? So we shall sit on the throne, just in the 12 tribes of Israel, and all of the heathen nations, right? They shall not be sought for in public council, nor sit high in the congregation. They shall not sit on the judges' seats. You see, the Lord told Peter and them that they was going to be judges, right? The 144 going to be judges in the kingdom, right? King, a nation of kings and priests, which is judges. It say they shall not sit on the judge's seat, nor understand the sentence of judgment. Cause you got this nigga, what's the nigga name? This comedian, Air Spears, talking about what happened with Kobe, and he was going up talking about how God would let something like that happen. These men don't understand the sentence of judgment, man. They don't know. None of these court jesters, they don't know nothing about the Lord, man. The Lord ain't looking for these niggas, man. It's a nor understand the sentence of judgment. They cannot declare justice and judgment, and they should not be found where parables are spoken. These, it tell you in Colossians 1:26, even in mysteries, that have been hid from ages, but have not been made manifest to his saints. Right? It say, but they will maintain the state of the world, and all their desire is in the work of their craft, man. So these type of guys, the Lord ain't looking for these type of guys, man. He's not dealing with them, man. So when you got somebody, and then you got Jake talking about it was the Lord that made him go off, right? Just get this. This is James. Let's read this. This is James 1. You gonna have some demon nigga tell my oh, it was the Lord that listen. This James 1 and 13. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God, for God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempted he any man. You got a nigga start back smoking weed. Now nigga tell me he want to go back and try to make music. Hey, it say James 1 and 13, let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of power, for power cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempted he any man. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. You niggas want to go back and smoke weed? Then when lust have conceived, it bringeth forth sin, and sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. Let me get this in the Colossians. Ecclesiasticus, was it 16? I think it is. Let's see. Um, right here. Ecclesiastes 15, and it's many others. This is Ecclesiastes 15, which is a precept to James 1, 13, right? Ecclesiastes 15 and 11, it reads, say not thou, it is through the Lord that I fell away. For thou, it says, say not thou, it is through the Lord that I fell away. For thou oughtest not to do the things that he hateth. Say not thou, he have caused me to err, for he have no need of sinful man. For he have no need of the sinful man. The Lord hateth all abomination, and they that fear power love it not. You see? So don't say it was the Lord, man. No, as it said in James 1, it was your own hard lust, man. That lust, man. That's them demons that's coming back, man. You can tell you Matthew 12. So Lord was edifying. I just want to go into that. Oh, let me close with this. Hey, and Jake fall out because they get tired of waiting, man. Well, you know what the Lord said? Jake get tired of waiting on the Lord, man. Well, you know what? Hebrews 12 and 1 reads, well, for sin we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses. Let us lay aside every weight and the sin which do so easily beset us. Let us run with patience the race that is set before us, man. With patience. This is a patience race, man. Because it tell you in Habakkuk 2, it say it will not tarry, man. Right? As a matter of fact, since I'm here, Hebrews 10, Hebrews 10:37 reads, for yet a little while, and he that shall come will come and will not tarry, man. So this is a race that we are running in patience, man. This is not a swift, some super fast race, man. So you come into this, not counting the cost, not understanding what's got to happen, man. Hey, you're gonna lose. You're gonna bug out, or you're just gonna go back and you. Well, eventually you're gonna bug out, and you'll go back into the world, man. So Lord was edifying. Got to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rekah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel. whether you can accept it or not. And the sincere salutation to all the doctrine, pushing the truth and believing this truth. To the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking the hopeful elect. And shalom to the wife who are listening and learning. That few sisters who are listening and learning. Lord is edifying. Until next time, I say shalom. Wa abab, the wife for tuning in. May how about Shema shall continue to bless you in your houses. Stay prayed up. Beautiful. This is from the brother Amwan Abad. Beautiful. Deuteronomy 28:47. Because thy servest not the Lord Yahweh, thy power with joyfulness and with gladness. I used to bring this out a lot. I ain't brought out in a minute. Because thy servest not the Lord Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies. Which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he had destroyed thee. Yeah. So since you don't want to serve the Lord, right, in all joyfulness, right, it says, since you want to serve the Lord, because thou servest not the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah thy power with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things, man. So now he's gonna make you serve your enemy for the one of all things. That's why I tell you in what the Deuteronomy 30, man. Deuteronomy 32, how just one rack fat and kick, man. Yeah, man. So that's what we over here. Messed up, man. Trying to find our way home, man. Hey, so the water for tuning in. Hey, the water for your precepts, man. The water. The water for all your precepts, man. The water. Yahweh Shema Shah Barakathon. Shalom. Wa Abba.